All right, good morning, everybody. Uh, Hopefully, this stream is gonna do okay. Um, Looks like I've got a pretty good delay going on, so I apologize for that. But anyway, thank you all for showing up. Gumby, okay, I know you can't stay long, but thank you for stopping by, Gumby. Anthony, good to see you first in. Ronald, good morning. G Keyman, Storylog, good morning. Alrighty. Alright, cool. We got everybody here. Again, we're just doing what we normally do on Wednesdays, which is piddle around out here in the shop. So, not much going on so far this morning. I slept in till, God, what was it? I slept in till almost 7:30. Yeah, almost 7:30 is when I slept in till this morning. So that's pretty late for me. Even like on Sundays is about the latest I'll sleep in. I get up about 8 o'clock on Sundays. So Saturdays I still get up pretty early, and the rest of the week, I got to get up early for work. So anyway, appreciate y'all being here. Let me know if there's any issues with the stream, because I'm going to, let's see how far behind I am starting now. Okay. Wow. Okay, we've got about a 20-second delay going on. I don't have any delays set, so we'll see. We'll just see what happens. Yeah, Gumby, I'm normally up. During the week, I'm normally up at about by 5. Normally up by 5 in the morning, and out the door by 6. Yesterday I actually had a kind of a lazy day. I go to different facilities and on different days that I work, and so on Mondays and Tuesdays I go to one place, and then Wednesdays and Thursdays I go to another. And anyway, the facility that I go to on Mondays and Tuesdays, the busy side was actually shut down yesterday. So aside from just having to walk through the other place, on occasion, kind of hang out there for a while, I really got to have a good lazy day, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm not even ashamed to say it. I enjoyed it. But let's see. Yeah, see if I'm decent. Yeah. Yeah, Gumby, I don't blame you. You get sleep when you can. And I like getting up early on my days off. It's not so much the getting up early part that I enjoy, is the fact that I was on nights for so many years that normally my first day off was spent sleeping. A lot of it either sleeping or in some sort of delirious state. The last couple years that I was on nights, I actually got to the point where my first day off, I would work 4 nights on and then off for 3. And so my first day off, I would actually stay up after getting home from work and sometimes I could make it actually to like 7 or 8 p.m. But then I wound up sleeping like half of the next day, and then by my third day I was getting up early. Early being, the crack of noon, and and I just felt like I wasted my days off. So when I switched to day shift, I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my days off. I'm not gonna just sleep in as late as I can and do whatever. I go to bed pretty early. That's why I don't do lives in the afternoon anymore. Just because the afternoons are kind of, on my days off, the afternoons are sort of my time to just chill out and do other stuff around the house, fun stuff like cleaning and laundry, taking care of the cats and stuff like that. But anyway, and occasionally just sitting in front of the television thinking about how I can be productive. That gets a lot of time too. Let's see here. Good morning, Torch. Changing a crane remote. Wow. Okay, Story. Yeah, don't get caught. Alright, so I guess today's piddle project is going to be a continuation. I've milked this poor lock for all it's worth, but it's this little Panduit LOTO lock. This is the plastic casing for it. We picked it Wednesday of last week. Took it apart Saturday, as far as we could get it, but it took a while. So today we're gonna finish gutting the thing. I watched Paul Springat's video on how he did it, and I think we'll be able to accomplish that with this lock, but we're gonna need to drill just a little bit more out of where the plug retainer pin is, and then we'll have to get a punch and punch through the chamber caps on here to get everything out. And then the trick is to put it all back together to where it works. So that's going to be kind of the project today. Again, if you're here and you have to go, that's perfectly understandable. It's a weekday. Wednesdays, I never intended Wednesdays to be as structured, I guess you could say, as Saturdays. But then again, I'm not real structured on Saturdays either. So yeah, we're just hanging out in the shop today. Let's see. All right, Gumby, we'll see you. So anyway, let's get... This thing's kind of greasy, so let's get towel, clean it up a bit. A buddy of mine, just right before I started, he sent me a picture. He's working at a facility. He's got a tech job, and he's also a lock enthusiast. And he sent me a picture of a ASA cylinder, high security cylinder, in use in the wild, which really around here you have to really hunt for something like that to be in use. Even like Medico, you'll run across Medico mostly on banks, like their doors. Although some of them just use regular Schlage. But on the front doors they just use Schlage. But to see an ASA cylinder in use like that is kind of cool. We were talking about that the other day, about how you can't really, you don't really find that in use down this way. Let's see. Where are the tiki torches? Yeah, Ronald, I didn't get the tiki torches set up. Ronald messaged me earlier this morning. He said it was what, 20 degrees, 21 degrees, something like that. And at the time, it was like 28 degrees outside here. Fortunately, I left the heat on and came out last night to crank it up out here just to make sure, it wasn't going to be a refrigerator out here this morning. And it was nice and warm, surprisingly. And we're actually in the mid 60s out here in the shop. So, but Ronald and I were joking back and forth that, a few more degrees and it was time to open up the pool and, get some flip flops and tiki torches set up. So, I can't wait for hot weather. I love hot weather. I always have. I like hot weather when I don't have to stand outside in it for hours on end. But even then, I would rather stand outside in hot weather for hours on end than I would stand outside in cold weather for hours on end. So, let me get the camera angled around and we'll start looking at this lock, see if we can figure out a halfway decent way to get that plug retainer out of there. And I think the answer is going to be to drill it a little bit more. So let's grab the drill. There we go. And I'll switch the battery out while I'm thinking about it. So the battery's been charged up for a few days, so. Let's see if we can determine. That's 1/16. I just got this drill bit set the other day. I was talking about that Saturday. Okay, I got two of the same. There's actually a really good deal at Lowe's, Craftsman set, and it has the quick change type drill bits and the quick change adapter, which I really like that. I know some people don't, but I do. Other than the fact it does make, it a little bit long, but let's pull this up here. Let's see. Which angle y'all like better, this one or the one before? Is it better one or better two? Hey, Rune. Good afternoon to you. We're going back to this lock, the same lock I had Saturday. Just going to try to drill this plug retainer out a little bit more. I think this one works pretty good. There we go. That way I can keep the camera out of the way, but y'all can also see what's going on. And I'm just going to try to drill out some more of this. And of course I snapped the drill bit. That was great, Tim. Just great. Great start. Great start. Let's see if we can get this out. Probably not. Of course, I just shoved it down in there. That was swell. Y'all can laugh at me. Drill bit's way down in there. Not way down in there. Maybe a few more whacks will get it. Morning, pocket women. Yeah, Rune, I actually looked on Harbor Freight's website this morning because Ken _ left a comment from this past Saturday's live, and he was talking about doing a drill stand, but the price of it, like the one that he said he got, was like 100. He paid like, I think he said over 150 for it, and then I went and looked on Harbor Freight, and you can get a basic like 6-inch either 4 or 5 speed drill press for like $80 at Harbor Freight. Now, how long that lasts you is a completely different story. I think we're stuck in there. But let's see. Let's check, make sure the lock still functions. Yeah, it still functions. Let's see. Pocket women, I did go back and watch Paul Springett's video. Yeah, that thing ain't coming out. Well, I might have just foobarred this. I think I did, actually. And if I can't get this last little bit out, then we're just going to seal it back up and put it back on the shelf. So here. Lock-a-lot, good morning. Bigger drill. In class, Lock-a-lot. Okay. Well, don't get in trouble. I'm here every Saturday morning too. Let's see. Rune, I may not have a bigger drill bit to grab that with. Let me look over here. See what I have left out of my other kits. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. top next to the hole. Yeah, Pocket Women, Paul's video was very informative. I got a lot of good information out of it. Let's see. Hit it on the same side if possible. Drill in reverse. Don't beat the hole. Get something metric next time. See if I can get some of this extra brass out of here. Okay. That is, by the way, in real life locksmithing, just add rain. Yeah. Either that or add people watching while they're standing right next to me, huh? And I know from Paul's video that you can't reach back in there through the keyway to push up on it. At least from what I remember, you can't. We might have to go to Plan B, folks. stand over your shoulder saying, "What you doing now?" Yeah. Or like the time I had to unlock the coffee room after a new cleaning crew locked the door shut behind them, a door that's never locked, and took me about 5 minutes to pick it. It was just a regular Schlage 5-pin set in a AL series lever, so it was sideways, and it was a right-hand reverse door. So you got the frame over here, and you're trying to work around the frame and pick like this and everything. And I had somebody standing there watching, and he said, "You're a horrible safe cracker." And I said, "Well, it's a good thing I'm not trying to crack a safe, isn't it?" I think I've gotten all the brass out of this thing. But I know I've not gotten all of the drill bit out of it as well. Just trying to rotate it to see if I can see that pin or that drill bit moving around down in there. Let's get a better light. Yeah, it's probably down in there. We may have to abort this one, y'all, because I really don't want to destroy the lock. Just wanted to try to get it apart. But I think snapping the end of my tiny little drill bit off in there, 1/16, which I may be able to salvage for something. I'll keep it in there at least. I think that did me in on it. So we'll just have to put this thing back together so we can put it on the shelf again. Which kind of sucks. That was going to be that was my project today. Oh well. I guess we could always pick a lock or something. I don't know. What do y'all think? Dental tool. Try rotating counterclockwise. Okay. Oh, you mean drilling counterclockwise? Or rotating the key cylinder? The way that this plug is made with the limiter, the pin that I was trying to remove, it is not going to go counterclockwise. Yeah, G-Key Man, once the case is on, nobody else will know. So we're just going to keep this a secret amongst us, all right? So let's pull this back down here. And we'll get this guy back together, which means sliding that on. Inserting the key. Turn the key. Insert the shackle. Pull the case up. And drop this pin in there. Because the case is what holds the pin in place. There we go. And there we go. I need some super glue on there to hold this part back together permanently. But good as new. And it wasn't a spring-loaded shackle, so. Drill bit need to go in the other direction. It got in. Okay. Yeah. G-key, man. Yeah. I'll tell a story on myself because it's been long enough. I was working an assignment out of town one time, and fortunately had built up a good enough relationship with the local city agency there. And anyway, one night after a call, I was driving a patrol car that was not my regular car, and after I got done with the call, I went to let myself back in my car because it was cold weather. You know, Rune says he sees it snowing. But yeah, it was almost that cold that night. And anyway, I locked my keys in the patrol car. Did not have a spare key with me. And so I had to get the one of the local officers to come by and let me in my car. And anyway, I said, well, how much do I owe you? And he said, oh, absolutely nothing. We don't charge. And I said, well, how much do I owe you not to tell anybody? He said, that we're going to have to talk about. All right, Torch, we'll see you. Should be here Saturday, as always. All right, so, y'all want to pick a lock or something? Trying to think of what we can do next, since my original plan kind of went kaput. Kind of want to do something instead of just sit here and talk. Let's see. I don't think I'll get very far on the ASA. I've gotten to where I can get a false set on this one. Or, no, it's this one. This one I've been picking. I can get to a false set on it. Got a couple other ASA cylinders here. ASA SCDs, which I've not been able to get anywhere with these. Got my Trioving. These are all my naughty locks. My Trioving, which I've had this for, God, 3 years now, almost 2.5, 3 years, and is not giving me anything but dirty looks from across the room. See, pick a lock. Yep. Okay. Pick a lock, any lock. Why not work on this one? It's been my challenge. And Socks is in the house. I think she wanted to come out here with me today, but we just, I wasn't going to do that because the neighbor's dogs were barking up a storm right before I started. So yeah, I wasn't going to do that to her. Plus, I didn't know if we were going to be drilling stuff or, making sharp little things out here. Let's see. Yeah, these ovals, the ASA SCDs, those are really, these are really good cylinders. I don't have any keys for them, but they definitely put up a fight. And Pocket Women, I know y'all see oval cylinders down there in Australia. Certainly more than, we don't have them here in the U.S., but, and then the Trioving. The Trioving, actually, I've heard some other locksmiths talk, and these are found in the U.S. like this. Very rare and very specific applications. Like, I think the one that I saw, the locksmith said that it was actually mounted, it was actually in a control switch on a ferry boat. So I'm not sure exactly how common that is, but I know, Trioving is a Scandinavian brand. Let's see. A Habomania lock. Okay. Aussie ovals have nothing to do with Scandi ovals. Yeah, the dimensions are different and the shape is a little bit different. I know that between the Australian and Scandinavian ovals. Because I have a... Please stand by. Yeah. I actually have this Lockwood, Australian Lockwood oval. And if you hold it up like next to the Trioving, the Australian one's a little bit shorter. Thickness is a little bit less, or width is a little bit less. The depth is a little bit more on this one. Let's compare it to an ASA. Yeah, the Australian Lockwood is a little bit longer, but you can still see the width and height are different. So yes, that is a difference. And then, like I said, I've never seen, to my knowledge, I've never seen a oval cylinder in use here in the States. Yeah, size difference is, I mean, it is a pretty decent size difference for sure. And I've seen the, somebody help me remember, there's an Avis padlock. I think Bill Bacardi has one that he got. I'm going to pick this Lockwood real quick. It's been a while since I picked it. It'll be a good warm-up. That's the key bitting there. But Bill Bacardi actually has an Australian Avis padlock that has the oval cylinder. I believe it's the Australian one. It may be a Scandinavian, and I don't remember which video that was in. I think it was a package opening he did. Let's see. Let's get a better picking view. There we go. Maybe like that. Yeah. Yeah, and the mounting as well. The before we pick it, on the Australian Lockwood, the mounting screw hole is horizontal to the body of the lock, whereas on this ASA, you have two mounting screws from the back. Or the Trioving, you do have this piece right here that comes across, and it can go horizontally. I know Rune can tell us a whole lot more about the Scandinavian oval cylinders than I can, but I've seen them, and I can't remember which one. Again, I wish I could remember which one Bill Bacardi has. I'll have to ask him. Let's see. Let's start with a Tron. And eventually, one day, I would love to have a Avis padlock collection, or Avis collection as big as Bill's. But I'll get there eventually. Let me get... There we go. Why won't it focus? There we go. Maybe. The large Avis 83 with the Scandi ovals. Okay. That might be what Bill has. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him and see. If I had my iPad out here, I could message him while doing this. I know he's working, but... I forget what kind of pins this Lockwood has in it. Yeah, we can open this one up. I know I'll be able to get it picked. Well, I say that. I'll buy everybody around at the pub if I can't. But I have picked this one several times before. Okay, just went into a deeper falset, and there we go. Sweet. These Lockwoods are tricky buggers. Absolutely tricky. Okay, let's put that there. Grab this. Let's see. A little bit close, we'll get that. There we go. Alrighty. Just 2 small Phillips screws on the back for the actuator. Pocket women, I can't remember if I said it or not, but that little screwdriver that you use in your videos, that has the quick release chuck in it, that is an awesome little screwdriver. I've never seen one like that before. That is so cool to adjust the length on it. Just get a follower. And some tweezers. I did remember to bring my bag in today. Original 5. See, we'll get this. Yeah, these Lockwoods, you just need some finesse on them. That's the best term I can use as far as picking. They don't deal well with light tension until they want it. They don't deal well with heavy tension until you need it. And sometimes you need a combination of both at the same time. There's the plug. There's no sort of counter milling or anything on the plug, but it's not been filed down on the top, so that's going to give it really good picking tolerances. And we'll grab these top pins out of here. I've got a Lockwood spool. A steel spring. Another Lockwood spool with that really thin lips on it. Another one. I think we've got 4 spools and 1 standard in here. Or is it 5? No, it's 5. Then all the springs are these nice heavy steel springs. So there you can see these pins have the nice thin little lips on them, just catching that plug very nicely. And then the key pins do have that slight bevel along the edge, but I don't know if that's pronounced enough to really affect picking. It would be interesting to put just some lab original pins in here and see if that does anything to it. I don't know if I want to do that right now. That might be an experiment for another day, though. Let's see here. Habomania pinning kit. What is Habomania? I have not heard that term before. Habomania. I guess I'm out of the loop or something. And Rune, that's cool. I know you've got it somewhere. No worries, no rush. Yeah, that Ruko sitting right here. Zoom back out. Yep. With that crazy bidding on the key. Wow. But yeah, no problems. All right, let's get this guy back together so we don't wind up letting him sit on the bench all week and get cold out here. So I was thinking about doing a video, either a live video or a couple live videos, and I want to know what y'all think. But, you know, I have not picked a challenge lock in quite some time. And the biggest reason why I haven't picked challenge locks is because I believe that challenge locks should be circulated as much as possible. And I have a number of challenge locks that other people have made that I do need to get back out into the community. And I'm working on that. It's just the logistics of shipping right now. Starting that great. But anyway, what I was thinking about doing is, you know, we know that stock locks typically can be easier. And I say can be, not are, but can be easier to pick than challenge locks. And a lot of the new lock sporters, you know, wonder why don't lock manufacturers put in all this other stuff. And, you know, of course, the biggest reason is money. But also, you know, if we know about locks and how they work and how they wear, there we go. We know that a lot of elements that are common in challenge locks would lead to failure of an everyday use lock. So basically what I was thinking is one day, or maybe over a few days, we could do some videos, constructing a challenge lock, like kind of have it be a team effort, and then also then doing some videos showing it, you know, in place, like in an actual lock set, and just seeing how it actually functions, you know, mounting it in a door setting, or there we go. You know, mounting it in a door setting or in a padlock setting, or a deadbolt, something like that, a mortise lock. Why am I getting hung up like that? That ain't right. All right, Tim, what'd you screw up now? Let's see. Let's look here. Habbo. Watch video 61. Okay, Rune. I will do that. I will watch video 61 as soon as we get done here. Okay, I got you. Cool. All right. This will turn, but it didn't want to turn all the way back around. Let's pull out the rescue shim. I wonder if I got a spring out of place. See if it'll. Shoot. Okay. I see what I did now. We had a 5-pin lock when we started. And I pinned it up for 6. No wonder. Well, at least none of the springs came out too horribly mangled. I was yapping, not paying attention. Putting this thing back together. Oops. At least I didn't destroy it too badly. Okay. Yep, I tried to make a 6-pin. Oops. Oh well. I mean, I'm sure I could actually with that back cut. I could take a regular quickset pin. It'd be about a number 6 quickset pin, and put it in that last chamber to where it would ride up on the tip of the key, and then technically it would be a 6-pin. Okay, I mangled this spring just a hair. I'm going to do that thing Rune doesn't like me to do. But again, this is a shelf lock and not a lock that will ever be used. Unless if, hang on a second. My secret stash. Haha, yes. Okay, Rune's not going to be mad at me. I have Some replacement springs. It's not quite as stout as the original spring, I don't think. But it should still work. Yeah, it's not quite as long as the original spring. There we go. Yep, trying to do an upgrade. Accidental upgrade. There we go. Alrighty. Toss that in the bin. And then put this back together. So Pocket Women, was that the pins you were expecting to see in this one? Because I can't remember. Have you picked any of the oval cylinders on your channel? I went back and glanced through a few more of your videos yesterday, but I was trying to catch up on some others as well. There we go. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. All right. Well, Pocket Women, I've made a chamber populated only by a spring before. I have made chambers populated by top and bottom pins with no spring. I made chambers populated with 2 standard top pins and a very short bottom pin, all by accident. Yep. All right, so let's get one more out. Thought the bevel would be more pronounced. Gotcha. Okay, the old ovals with the standard pins in them. Can't pick them. Try with the standard pins. Try giving it a little more torque, a little more tension. That's if let me look real quick. Hang on a second. I'm looking on my channel to find the video that I'm talking about so I can put a link to it here in the chat. And I talked about this one not too long ago. But it was picking a Tisa cylinder. Let's see. Let's go. See, this was. I'm trying to find it. I'll find it one of these days here. Let me look back. But with the Tisa, what I learned was that it only had beveled pins. It didn't have any nasty type security pins, but it had really, really tight tolerances. And the thing that I learned about it was basically you had to crank down on the tension to start with and then ease off of it and, feel the other pins. But it took a lot of, it took a lot on there. Let me see where this, Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Trying to find it. Got so many videos in here. As before. Here we go. Number 69. Let's see. Let me pull this up. No, don't play. Share. Copy. There we go. Sweet. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, that's the teaser, and I would say watch that video. And then I've got 2 videos on my tensioning tips that may help you out with it, but the tensioning can really get you past some of those tough locks. And we're going to see if tensioning has anything at all to do with this ASA. And if I don't get this one picked, then I will get it so we can look at the pins. And I think that'll about finish us up for the day. Let me get a good angle here. I don't know. Does that seem like a good angle for y'all? It's out of focus, I know, but... Like I said, I've been working on this thing for a while. It's the ASA Twin 6000. I've got fairly decent tension on there. I'm just going through top pin by top pin, just wherever I can get it. There we go. Oh yeah, pocket limit. It actually wasn't in the padlock. It was just the cylinder. God, who was it? I forget who sent it to me. Over in the UK. He's not done anything in a long time. It wasn't Leon. But anyway, he sent it to me, and I'd had that sucker for like almost a year before I got it picked. And I put it in the Avis padlock that I have that takes a half Euro cylinder. Which we can look at some point. Okay, I'm working on the side pins now. I got a little bit of a false set on the top pins. And now I've gotten a little bit more of a turn after working the sidebar pins. So let me go back and check these top pins. This is about as far as I've gotten with this lock. Okay. Everything up top feels really solid. No feedback. So let me check these sidebar pins again. Gotten clicks out of that. I don't know if I was hitting false gates on it. Okay, that feels solid. Now something clicked and then everything on top is solid. Okay, it's this first sidebar pin. It's giving me a time now. It feels not really getting any feedback on it. It's solid where it is. Everything's just kind of bound up, including my carpal tunnels. Okay, so it's definitely this first sidebar pin. I may have got it set, but I dropped absolutely everything else, I believe. Yeah. Alright, one more run through here. I'm going to adjust this down just a little bit. So I'm not cramping my arm up. Which, by the way, if I were going to put high security locks on anything, I would definitely do these. The asses are really good for, I mean, they're good pick resistance. They've got excellent tolerance, and of course, you've got key control with the sidebar and the extra security with the sidebar as well. Hey, Lowell. Pocket women, basically, the way that I've found it is with this lock, you have to set the top pins first. Because like right now I'm going through on the sidebar pins, and they are all springy. And I've got tension on it. So I'm going through setting the top pins. But these are some really, really nasty top pins. And this is exactly the kind of lock why Rune will use the rotary pick if he gets a lockout call. And I mean, I don't blame him one single bit, because time is money and you don't have the time to sit around trying to pick one of these locks. Especially, you know, when it's below 0 degrees outside. The goal is to try to get a false set or just any type of turn on the core on the plug when you're picking, because that gives you just that little tiny bit. Yeah, when the customer's watching too. That's the best way to pick proof a lock. Have the customer stand there and watch you. Hey, Chuck. Okay, Rune, not a problem. We're gonna take this guy apart here in a second. I'm gonna go counterclockwise. Let's try through getting some feedback on the top pins. Yes, I now have 9 people watching me pick this lock, Pocket Women. Thank you for reminding me. Alright, I'm calling the lid on this. Let's get moved around here. Come on, camera. Alrighty. It is not picked. As you can see, this lock is not picked. I hate the focus on this app. The autofocus for this app sucks worse than regular autofocus. Let's get the good pinning tray out here. I don't know why, but here we go. This just has a standard cam on the back of it. And yes, I do have the key, so we'll be able to look at everything inside of it. Yeah, Pocket Women, I've had many locks that I couldn't get going clockwise and would go counterclockwise and get it fine every time. I actually designed a challenge lock once. I think Bill Bacardi picked it, but it was designed to be super easy one way and then completely more difficult going the other way. And of course, the first time he picked it, he chose the easy way. Just by random, he didn't know that I designed it that way. Come on now. I definitely want to shim this one. And I've taken it apart before without a shim. I don't know if we'll be able to get it. sidebar coming out. Alrighty, let's get a little closer in. There we go. Alright, so we're going to put the sidebar right over here. And then we have two tiny, tiny little sidebar springs. Put there and there. Alright, and then we'll unload our bottom pins. There's a drill protection pin right there. And this one actually is master keyed, so it should be a whole lot easier to pick, but it ain't. Let's see. Hang on. Ah. Okay. Sorry. I was getting strangulated. There we go. And this one's been very heavily master keyed. Actually, I don't think I've taken this one apart. I've taken the other one apart, the V10 Twin that I have, but not this one. And of course, there's no way of knowing what level master key this is that's with it, if this is a change key or a master key. Okay, those first three chambers heavily mastered. All right, now we'll pull out our sidebar pins. Go. One. So there's three. These guys did not want to come out. Trying to keep those springs in there with them. Last spring. There we go. Okay. So then you can come in here and see if it'll focus. There is undercutting in chambers 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. So very, very nasty in there. Put that here. And then we'll pull these top pins out. Yeah, pocket women, if you think the sidebar pins look crazy, wait till you see what's upstairs. And we'll keep sidebar pins here in the middle, and then put the top pins up here. I don't know if this has different pin or different springs in each one. If the spring doesn't come out, I'm just going to leave it in there for now. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you can sort of see inside there. All the springs are in there. I'm just going to leave those springs in there. But you can look and see. Here we have the bottom pins. Like I said, the first 3 chambers are mastered. This one even has a very thin wafer in there. So I would say this lock is grandmastered. Again, there's no way to tell if this is the let's see, 5A100. Yeah, there's no way really to tell on here by any of these stampings what level of key this is. But the actual bottom pins themselves are just standard pins. They don't have any bevels or notches on them. The top pins are all these ASA gin bottle spools. So you have the top part of the pin here. Where'd that go? There it is. So the spring sits here and pushes this down, and these little lips right there get caught in the counter milling of the plug. So that is all the top ones. The top pins are, the stacks are balanced. So like you can see here in chamber 2, that's a shorter top pin than in chamber 1 or chamber 3. And chamber 6 also is a very short pin because the bottom pin is a very long one. Let's see. Yeah, Lowell, all the wafers. Yeah, guessing the master since all the wafers were in the core. Yeah, I mean, it could be. I don't know if it was like, obviously there's 3 levels of mastering in here. Since you have the 2, since you have the master pin and another wafer in the 1 chamber. So I'm going to say this is a grandmaster. Yeah, I kind of agree with your theory. Ronald, ninja skills. No, it would only be ninja skills if I could have gotten the thing open. Pocket women, these are, yeah, they do have the very thin lip on there, but you can see it's also got a much deeper, I think this is definitely going to be a deeper milling. Like the diameter is going to be much less than what you would see on a Lockwood spool compared to that lip.
I mean, maybe not much less, but less. Because there's enough there to really grab into the counter milling on this. So, I mean, it's similar, but yeah, these are just nasty. And then we'll look at these sidebar pins, and you can see, there's all these false gates. So you have to, right there in the middle on this one, there's your true gate. But then you have these very, very sharp serrations for your false gates. So you could, get a good click out of it, and it'll click right into a false gate. And of course that, let's see, you have, that interacts with the sidebar, and the sidebar determines the actual depths of how high up these pins go. And these pins, there aren't any fingers on them, so they just ride up on the side of the key. If I can get my fingers out of the way, they just ride up on the side of the key where that sidebar is milled in there. So, like up here, you're going to have a much, this is the highest cut for the sidebar. So let's see, that is actually next to last. So that would be this one. But you can see the true gate is still there directly in the middle. But on the sidebar, let's see. That was in there like this. Yeah. I believe it was like that. But you can see where it would line up in the sidebar, and then thus allow the sidebar to be pushed in. So like there, you would have to raise that one high, which I believe, that's how it was laid in there. So that one, you can see how high up. So you could actually, taking this apart now, I could say, okay, 1, 2, 3 clicks out of it, and it'll be set. Whereas the one next to it, I could say, maybe 1 click out of it, and it would be set. Same for the first one. So very, very tricky. Very tricky to do. Make sure that'll be, putting this guy back together will be something I will do off camera, because I'm sure there will be much language that I don't want broadcast. Wafers in the plug is change key. Okay, let's see. Let me get pulled back up and around here. There we go. Whew. Ugh. Huh. Let's see. Let's look at the comments here. Let's see. Yeah, ninjas don't pick locks. They slip in through the windows. Definitely. If wafers are in the plug, it is a change key. Okay. We make the master the highest. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Rune, actually, here in the States, I've seen, and I know this doesn't make any sense, and I guess it's just the way that each locksmith does it,
but I've seen master keys that literally look like a bump key. The key to that Ruko would be like a master key because they set the masters to the lowest. I'm pretty sure this lock was from the U.S. Since for one it's in a mortise cylinder format, but two, I've kind of traced it back from before Chris Aaron's and seen it around, and is kind of a unique. It's got the dark bronze finish on the housing, and the other videos of people picking that lock, I think, it's been around a while. But yeah, let's see. See, 2 levels, but many change keys fitting the lock. Yeah. Old standard drivers. Yeah, the new ones are the double-barreled spools, which I think are actually in. That's what I've got in this one, the V10 Twin. Which maybe one day I'll take that apart. We can look at that and the differences. I don't care if these are old or new; they're nasty in this lock. Let's see. Yeah, most people don't show the reassembly level. For one, just to save time on the video. But, also, if I were to pick that lock, of course, for the picking video, you do it in one continuous take, no cuts, blah, blah, blah. If I were to pick that on camera, I would definitely be doing a victory lap after gutting it and laying everything out like I just did. So yeah, I wouldn't show reassembly on camera then. Also, today I'm not taking a victory lap, but it's about break time because we've been going for about an hour and 40 minutes now. Anyway, it's about break time, so that's one reason why I'm not gonna put it back together on camera. It will go back together today though, because I don't like leaving the tiny springs out on the pinning tray. Let's see. Yeah, no problem. Pocket women. I wish that I could have picked it. See, never allow a change key to be filed down to a higher level. Yeah, Rune, that's definitely something. I was actually talking about that with Night Owl and Jeff Moss the other day about a system. I'm not going to talk about it on this video, but it was a government system that I saw on Corbin Russwin, and the master level keys, like the Great Grandmaster keys, literally look like bump keys. There's one cut that is higher than the bottom cut of all of them. And, like you say, if you have the master being the lowest cut, then you can easily take a change key and file it down and all of a sudden have a Great Grandmaster. Now, they did have a multi-sectional system as well. So, the Great Grandmasters were cut on the multi-section blanks, whereas individual facilities were cut on higher level sections. So, it would only work that one facility. But yeah, you could still, reduce the security. Pocket women, I need some bubble wrap for my nightstand. Aloysius loves to get up there in the middle of the night, and I think he's doing it to see how asleep I am, because he knows I'll wake up if I hear him, scooting something across. But also, I think he's doing it just to wake me up sometimes. But either way, I need to put something on there to keep him from getting up there. That's the one place in the house he's not allowed to get on. Obviously he'll get there when I'm not looking, when I'm not at home. But, he's been all over the place lately. Last night I got some takeout for dinner, and it was just some chicken and mashed potatoes. And he didn't show much interest while I was eating. But after I threw the little container into the trash, it wasn't 5 minutes later, I walk into the kitchen and he's actually down in the trash can, in the trash bag, getting after the food. And I haul him out, and take the trash outside. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there's restricted blanks. Yeah, Brune. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you've got an issued key and the master has lower cuts than a change key, you can always take brass off, but it's really hard to put it back on. So, all right, folks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wind this up for the day. Appreciate y'all stopping by, hanging out. It's what we do here on Wednesdays. I'm going to get this lock put back together and then go inside and do some adult things like laundry, dishes. I didn't know what I was going to make for dinner tonight, so I followed the old rule. When in doubt, make spaghetti. I'm not really hungry now. I ate breakfast just before I started the video. So anyway, hope y'all have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week. I'll be back here Saturday. If you have any requests, ideas, suggestions, comments, whatever, anything you would like to see out here on Saturday, let me know. And if I can make it happen, I will. Okay. Bubble wrap catches pins and spring. That is a good idea, Pocket Women. That is a really good idea. Shag carpet catches pins pretty well. At my apartment, the back bedroom where I had everything set up in, the carpet was brass colored. I mean, just the perfect shade that brass camouflaged itself just excellently down in there. It caught everything. Whether I could find it and pull it out of there again, yeah, that's a different story. But this flooring in here, even though it's wooden, just kind of a shellac finish on the wood, it lets them bounce farther. Sometimes it's easy to find them, sometimes not. So sort of hit or miss. Bubble wrap on his lap. That's still a pretty good idea. Actually, if I were to get some more of these floor mats and put them down around here, that would help as well. But I want to get another one of these to put on the bench here. Because this rubber floor mat has been a lifesaver since I put it on the bench all those years ago. And eventually one day, yes, I will have this entire bench covered in this, just because it's so useful. Just take a outdoor welcome mat. The ones that are made out of recycled tires are the best because it has this really nice rubbery background or backing on it, and then you just turn it face down, and I use a little bit of that grip stuff, little grippy mat stuff like this. I'll put under it, and that creates just enough friction to keep it from sliding around. Resistance is futile. I love it. All right, y'all. It's about lunchtime here. I know it's about dinner time elsewhere. About breakfast time other places. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And again, I appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate all y'all's support. I love having having the chat, seeing y'all chat and have a good time. We always have a good little crowd here. People pop in, pop out as we can, and that's what Wednesdays are for. Saturdays, I know we're a little bit rushed because of I don't want to bleed over into Jason's stream, so I always try to end up a little bit earlier. But Wednesdays are my days. So not a problem. I appreciate appreciate everybody being out here. If y'all have any suggestions for anything, Saturdays or projects out here on Wednesdays, because again, Wednesdays are just kind of project and piddling days. So we'll see what there is. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Yes, happy hump day. It's Wednesday. We've only got 2 more days in the week. And even though I miss the money, I'm really starting to like being off on Wednesdays. Because, Wednesdays are just kind of when you need a breather. Mondays suck. We all know Mondays suck. Tuesdays are slightly better most of the time. But Wednesdays, it's like, man, I wish I could just, kind of have a break today. And I've got a break today. So, anyway, let's see. Yeah, go get some lunch. Not a problem. Pocket women. Yeah, get some sleep. It's early over there. I know. G-Key-Man, Rune, Lowell, Anthony, Ronald, I think you're still here probably. Maybe. Everybody else who showed up, appreciate it. I will see y'all next time. Let's see if I cut myself off again. Full moon days, call in sick. Yeah. I used to. Not every time, but that was a plan.